Okay, this is our very first afternoon power hour. You teachers out there, I'm glad you showed up because you asked for it. And so here we are. The one thing that I think that we all agree on is we cannot work without being inspired because it makes us work tired. And when we do that, our messaging isn't exciting, our energy is not exciting. And so if you want to talk about exciting, we have the Genevieve Skory up in here. And I am so excited for each of you to hear whatever amazingness she has to share. Pen to paper, y'all, write it all down. I'm muting myself.
That's it. That's it. Is it me now?
Inspire us.
Now?
You okay. Yeah, do it.
Ooh, let's get some inspiration up in here. Hey. So first of all, thank you, Jennifer, so much for having me. Like, I am the president of the Jennifer Leaf fan club. I am just saying. So if you are not a member, please text me so that I can get you your pin. I understand we love pins here at Plexus. Your fan club will have pins. So I'm just saying, or crowns. I don't know. Either way, we could go. First of all, can I just say how impressive it is that you all are willing to come together for our important mission? And I want you to understand it is 100% about our mission. So if you ever find yourself going to work at Plexus and you're like, you know what I'm talking about? Like you lost that love and feeling, okay? If you've lost that love and feeling, you got to go back to like, hey, why are we doing this again? Why are we doing this again? And I really honestly and truly believe that when you get in touch with why are we really doing this again, and not the thing, right? Not the tchotchke, not the points, not the money, but the real why are we doing this? Like the parts of your brain that need to light up because you are in touch with the thing that truly inspires you, which is we are changing people's lives. We are changing people's lives. And so whenever people start to do power hours, I like to remind them, don't be weird. Don't be weird, right? So when it comes to approaching people about Plexus, don't be weird. Now, what does that look like? We all know what that looks like, but I'm not going to call us all out individually. Although I think each and every one of us, like, yeah, I've been weird, right? If you'd like to mention if you've been weird, that's okay. You can raise your hand. Like, I have been weird. Me too. Me too. And here's what this is how it works. Sales is the transference of inspiration. Right? So whenever people go, I don't like to sell, I'm like, you got the wrong definition up in here if you don't like selling. Sales is the transference of inspiration. And the root of the word inspiration is inspiritus, which is from the spirit. From the spirit. So what I want to do is I want to transfer what ignites my soul. I want to transfer that to your soul. I want to do a soul to soul transference. I want to transfer my inspiration from me, my heart, my soul to you. It's a feeling, loves. It's not a thing. It's a feeling. We are in the feeling business, not the thing business. You know, one of my new favorite books is Story Brand, and their company is right there, down there in Tennessee. And, you know, they talk about in Story Brand that your job is to tell people how you can help them with their journey, right? Instead of inviting them into your story, you are asking them to invite you into their story. And in their story, they're the hero and we're the guide. We're the guide. A big mistake people make when sharing Plexus is one, they're way too salesy. It's like, I got something and I want you to buy it. No, you can't start the conversation off there. right? You eventually want to get to the solution, but nobody wants to hear your solution until they understand that you understand their problem. Best example of this ever is like talking to your husband. You're like, I want to tell you something. They're like, I could fix that for you. Like, I didn't ask you to fix it. I did not ask you to fix it. What I want is for you to, can anybody relate to that? Do I have the only husband that likes to fix all my problems? I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not there yet. I am not there yet. So if he got on social media and he started talking about how he could fix my problem, I'd be like, look, done. We're done. I'm not at a place where I'm interested in your fixes yet. So the biggest mistake people make is they lead with product. Don't lead with product. Lead with problems. And don't lead with anything other than their problems. So a lot of times what we do is we copy each other on social media a lot, right? And you're like, oh, I'm going to copy this person and I'm going to talk about how great my life is now that I have plexus. And it's like, you don't know where they are with their conversations with their people. That may not be the right conversation for you to have right now. The winning conversation is always the conversation about the other person and their problems. You are simply bridging the gap between I have no idea why I need plexus and why you need plexus and how we help. You are bridging that gap. You are a bridge to people that do not get it. And it's great work, y'all. It is great work. So if you start the conversation with, you know how sometimes getting through the day just feels really hard? Yeah, I do too, right? So the formula, just so that you know, is talk about someone's problem, right? Talk about their problem, and then talk about how you understand because you've been there and how you've helped other people. So for example, the conversation might look like this. You know how at the beginning of the year you said all of these amazing health goals? And then right about now you're like, what health goals? Right? I know, because I've been there. And as a matter of fact, I've talked to like 3 people this week who all had the same problem. If that's you, I want you to know, I get it. I understand. And I've helped so many people like you. So it's problem and then something we call empathy and authority. I hear you. I understand. I'm empathetic to your strife. And I'm the person to help you. So when we talk about like heroes, I want you to think about like heroes being flawed at the beginning of the movie, right? Every hero is a hot mess, right? When we think heroes, we go to the end. We go to the end of the story. Oh, yeah, well, he killed the Death Star. He blew up the Death Star. Well, we had a long process of him getting his head and his heart and his skills in order before he blew up the Death Star. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Right? So every hero is broken. Every hero has problems. And every hero just needs a little guide. They need a little Yoda in their life to go, do or do not. There is no try, right? They need a little Yoda that goes, this way, Jedi, do these things, right? You're the guide. You are not the hero. If we can get all the plexus to understand this, we are going to blow up as a company because people buy from companies and people that they believe understand their problems. So when you call people, when you text people, I want you to think about like, what do I want Jen to know that I get about her problems? Right? Well, I might call Jen and go, hey, Jen, now I'm a caller. I just am. I'm old school like that. Hey, Jen. And then the first thing I'm going to say is, did I catch you at a bad time? Because you know what? I don't want to talk to people who don't want to talk to me. I'm not into trickery. So if Jen doesn't want to talk to me, she doesn't want to have the plexus conversation, I am moving on. So I'm going to let her off the hook right away. Hey, Jen. Hey, did I catch you at a bad time? Now, that's about her. That's different than did I catch you at a good time? right? Because good time, she doesn't know if it's a good time. Like it's always a good time to win the lotto. It may not be a good time to hear about plexus. I might be busy, right? So did I catch you at a bad time? I get her permission. She goes, yes, it's fine. Yeah, now's a good time. Get right to the point. Get right to the point. I'm not going to ask about her husband. I'm not going to ask about her kids. I'm not going to ask about the weather. Why? Because I want Jen to know that when I call her about plexus, I'm getting to the point. So she doesn't feel like all the time I'm going to drop a bomb on her. I'm just going to say, the reason for my call, girl, is, right? Girl, well, okay, great, thanks. Well, the reason I'm calling is because I can't get you out of my head. I can't get you out of my heart. I saw that text about your son's health. Girl, if I see one more post about how you're not sleeping well at night, I don't think I'll be able to forgive myself if I don't share something with you, right? I'm not calling to sell you something. I am calling to share. I'm calling to inspire. Hey, I just wondered if you're open to hearing how I solved that problem successfully, right? Does that make sense? Okay. So when you call today, I want you to use your superpower guides. I want you to just understand that you are there in each and every call to bless someone's life, even if it's just with a quick, energetic, lovely hello. I was thinking about you. Hey, I don't know what's happening in your day, but I just wanted to bless your day with my interaction with you. And when you take that challenge on, every call, every text, every voice message becomes an opportunity to bless somebody's day and maybe bring along plexus, bring them into our community. They can decide for themselves, right? So that's what I have, Jen. I could go on for an hour, but I know you guys actually have to actually make some calls. So I hope that that was helpful.
Yes, and I have 2 pages of notes, and I'm awesome because I got you on here, and it was the best power hour ever, and I'm so happy and excited. Thank you.
I want to hear how it goes. You guys have a great power hour. Mwah. Love you
Bye.
all.
I'm hiring. Okay, bye. I'm always telling her that I'm hiring. I'm like, I'm hiring. If you're ever looking for anything, I'm hiring. Okay. Anybody struggle with the phone call thing? Does anyone here actually make phone calls? Because I do not. So I'm going to take what she said as messaging. Did I catch you at a bad time? Like when I'm trying to message? I won't say that. So what we're really going to focus on today is belief, and belief can fall in a couple different categories. One of those categories can be about yourself and mindset. But what I really want to focus more on is creating belief for the people in our life, the people on our team, the people in our social media network. I want you to be infusing belief. Of course, you can't do that if you don't have it. So maybe think about that before you're sending something out. But right now, I want you infusing belief. So I want you to work on putting things in your stories, your Facebook wall, and in your messenger that build people's beliefs. So I already have a list of my level ones, and I'm going to go through each one of them, and I'm going to send them a diamond doc, and I'm going to pick one. There, I actually have a post that breaks the diamond docs down by category. If you haven't seen that, how am I going to show you that? I might be able to copy and paste it, put it in a Google Doc, and put it here in the files of the chat. But I'm going to send each one of my level ones a diamond doc and say, this is the kind of story I think I can picture you in. Like I can see you. I can already imagine it. It's just like your life. Can you see it? So I'm trying to build that belief in her or him. Actually, I'll have all my level ones are hers. So I'm not going to pretend like they're all female. And I want them to know I believe in them. And so that's what you're going to work on for the next 10 minutes is belief into your level ones. Send those diamond docs. We'll move on to stories and your Facebook wall next. Okay, it looks like someone had a question. So basically what we're doing is building belief into our level ones. And you're probably thinking, well, most of mine are wholesale. I don't care. Like that's the thing that is so hard for people because we think because they've classified themselves in this box that we have to keep them in that box. What if someone had done that to you? Like the way that Suzanne treated me, I was already a diamond and I was unwilling and reluctantly moving along, even though secretly I was like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. But she just, there wasn't an, she just always reached out to me as if I wanted the business until I would have said to her, no. So that's not a problem. Go ahead and send those diamond docs to your level ones. But I also want to do something potentially weird with you. So 2 more minutes sending diamond docs. Everything we do on these calls, make sure you write them down because these are things you can come back and do later as well. Okay, so we're going to do something weird. You might not think it's weird, but I think it's really weird. The reason I think it's weird is because it's uncomfortable, but I love Jack Canfield. I think he's just amazing. I love reading his books. I just like it all. And he does this thing called visualization, and it helps to build your belief in yourself. So I want you to really hear me when I say it's our job to infuse our belief into our people. It's not fake belief where we're like, you could totally kill this. Don't know. That's not what we're doing. We're actually mining. We're mining for that inner warrior within each person. We're looking for something we can unearth in them. That's what we're trying to do. So, but what about the belief in ourselves? Well, if you can visualize whatever that, if you could just quit everything you do and only do one thing and money doesn't matter, what is that one thing? And his visualization takes you through 3 steps. And I don't want you to have your camera on because I'm not going to have mine on because I don't want you watching me because it's weird. It makes me feel uncomfortable. So I'm going to take you through this, but let me say this. You're going to be visualizing like this pinnacle goal that you have. And when you do this, it's just like what I said on a training last night. If one of my kids or my husband does something and they are like, sorry, I won't do it again, we do a redo. It's a do-over so that they say the thing that they might have said better, or they do the thing that they might have done better. So now we're recreating neural pathways. It's actually, you have to actually teach your brain how to do it the right way. I want you to do that for your brain so that you start actually seeing, believing, and processing and planning and acting upon what we're about to do for this visualization. So I'll tell you mine. It's ridiculous. I don't even want to admit it. Okay. Does anyone know who Kirstie Alley is? Okay. Did anyone watch Kirstie Alley walk on stage on the Oprah show in her swimsuit? Okay, literally, I'm like the only person. Okay, no, Christina saw it. Well, Kirstie Alley came on Oprah heavy, and she's like, in 30 days or 60 days, I'm going to come back and I'm going to wear a bikini and I'm going to walk across this stage. And I'm like, yeah, that's going to be pretty. And so she did, and she nailed it. Well, I have this secret in her desire to set this crazy, ridiculous body goal where I would literally wear a swimsuit, well, like an actual bikini in front of people. I really wouldn't do this, but I'm gonna try to visualize this. So turn off your camera because I don't want you to see me. All right, so I'm gonna do this visualization with you. If someone's in the room with you, they're gonna be like, "What's happening? Are you okay? Do we need to call a doctor?" But this is gonna be good. Step one. So you actually have to close your eyes. And this is all about creating in your mind the actual mental picture. It's not just saying it, but you're feeling it and experiencing it. So, whatever this is, I want you to sit and think right now. Imagine you're sitting in a movie theater, the lights are dim, and the movie's starting. It's a movie of you doing your dream perfectly, whatever it is. Whatever it is that you want to do better, whatever goal you have, this movie is about that. I want you to see as much detail as you can create. Literally see the clothing, like I can see my swimsuit right now, the expression on your face, small body movements you're making, the environment you're in, any of the people that might be around. If this is a goal about a rank, or if this is a goal about a place you want to take your family, this is a goal about a reconciliation you might have with someone in your life. Literally imagine what they're wearing, how they're walking, maybe any sounds that you might be hearing, the traffic, music, people talking, cheering. Recreate in your body any feelings you think you would be experiencing as you are engaging in this activity. If you do this 5 minutes every day, this is going to help you move towards that goal. So here's the second step. Imagine that you walked up to the screen that's playing the movie of your goal, and you could open a door in the screen. Now, you literally walked up to the screen, the movie's playing, you're in it. You open the door of the screen, and you're entering into the movie. And you're going to experience this whole thing all over again, but from inside of yourself, looking out through your own eyes, not just watching yourself on a screen, but now it's actually you. Like I'm actually on, well, Oprah's not there anymore, but I'm on a stage. I'm actually looking out at an audience of people, and I'm actually walking across it, and my inner thighs are gliding effortlessly past one another. I'm sorry. I maybe just ruined this whole thing with that comment, but anyhow, see everything in vivid detail. Hear the sounds you would hear, the feelings you would feel. This is called an embodied image. It's not a distant image, it's an embodied image. So everything we just did was you picturing whatever that big, hairy, scary goal, dream, what you would do if money weren't ever an option. Maybe you want to teach and you want to have a class of like 500 people that you're empowering with something that you're good at, like you're an Enneagram speaker. Maybe you want to take your family to Hawaii. You've always dreamed of doing that. Whatever this is, and to end this out, walk back out of the screen that's still showing the picture of you performing the dream of your life. Go back to your seat in the theater. This is where it gets weird. Reach out, grab the screen in front of you that you've been watching your movie on, and shrink it down to the size of a cracker. Bring this miniature screen up to your mouth. Do this, guys. It's weird, but do it. Chew it up and swallow it, and imagine that each tiny piece of the screen contains the full picture of you performing your dream. And imagine all these little screens traveling down into your body, through your bloodstream, and getting into every single cell of your body. Imagine that every cell of your body is lit up with a movie of you performing perfectly. It's like one of those appliance store windows where 50 televisions are all tuned to the same channel. And when you finish this process, it should have taken less than 5 minutes. You can open your eyes and go about your business. And if you make this part of your daily routine, you will be amazed at how much improvement you will see in your life. So now you can turn back on your camera. The goal in that, guys, is if you visualize every day what it is that you're trying to accomplish, it's no longer just this abstract idea, but instead your brain says, oh, I don't know if that's what you wanted me to do. Well, here's how we're going to make that happen. And you start actually making decisions. The creative juices start flowing. All these things happen that make you move towards that versus it just being an abstract idea. Okay. You poured belief into your level ones. You may not be done with that, but that's something to consider. You just created visualizations. That's a tip for belief. And now we're going to work on continuing your belief. I want you guys to go and put in your stories any of the testimonies that you see on your wellness community, anything that you see that makes you go, wow, that really speaks so much to me. You can even screen record a diamond doc on your phone and actually clip it down and put it in your stories. The belief is huge. And the more that you believe in yourself, the more that you believe in the company, the more people will be attracted to you. So we're going to do that. And then finally, the last thing is this. Oh, I was talking with a gal today and we were talking about belief. And you start to wonder, am I really able to do this? And I'm going to tell you the secret sauce to having belief that you can. If you can get someone to silver, then you can get yourself to diamond, or you could get someone else to diamond. Silver, that tiny little step, if you had a bunch of tiny little steps, it ends up being a big step forward. If you can help someone get to silver, you are actually able to do this whole thing. So the way that I look at it is I go to each person and I introduce the idea of silver, whether it's fast start or not. I may not say, would you like to hit silver with our network marketing program? I would probably say it differently, but I wanted someone to present silver to me. So I assume that they would want that too. So I'm gonna put all this in the chat and we're gonna get busy. Okay, if anybody finds me talking annoying, just turn your volume down so you can keep working. But I want to see if somebody would share what it was on the movie screen of their life that they were watching and kind of walk me through that experience. Just unmute yourself because somebody going to do it. I told you my thighs weren't gliding against each other. You can tell me something, y'all.
I'll do it.
All right, tell me.
I love public speaking. And the first 8 years of my career, I was a police dispatcher. So I had a mic in front of me every day and they paid me to do it. And so previously I had a network marketing business years ago with my parents. And I would visualize running down the center aisle of the auditorium. Everyone's roaring to hear me speak. And I jump up on stage like Alita. And I tell my testimony, I tell my passion, and I'll share my passion for my business. Well, I didn't realize that dream in that particular part of my life. So I want to do it. I really want to share Plexus. But I want to, that's when I get to that stage, I really want to share that passion, just share over the top, of what the lifestyle and what the life and the community has done to bless my life and bless others. So mine is running down that aisle, hopping on that stage, and however much time they give me, that's what's driving me.
Could you guys
Part
feel
of it.
Like, could you imagine it? Because I could imagine it. Like I could actually see it happening. I don't know why that makes me so emotional, except for the fact that so many times in life you have these dreams that never get realized. And I truly feel that in Plexus, your dreams really could get realized. Like, I just love that they make sure that there's a space for everybody. I love that. And I love, even when they make the Because of Plexus videos, it takes somebody from a place of not ever being seen or heard or recognized to having this video made about them that now people watch. Did you guys see, oh, I can't think of his name now. He was wearing a pink suit in some of his pictures.
Brad.
I loved watching him with his mom talking. It was the best. Okay. Did anybody else? That was beautiful, Cheryl. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Did anybody else want to share theirs? Amy?
I'll share. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Okay. My husband and I never got a honeymoon because I was in school and pregnant when we got married. So I envisioned us in Hawaii or on the big Plexus trip, wherever we go at that point. I am thin. My hair is perfectly curly and my makeup is done, which never happens. I can feel the breeze in my hair. We're at the luau outside. I can smell the fire from the tiki torches and the music, and just having my husband right there with me on our first ever trip, just the two of us. So we have 3 kids, so that's a big deal.
And that's really good. And you did a good job incorporating all the senses into that. I think that's really important. So I encourage you guys to do that each day. Now, finally, did anyone get someone to silver in the last week? And if you did, would you unmute and share the story of how that happened? Ain't nobody got somebody to silver? I said silver. Okay, how about the last 2 weeks?
I did, but I'm driving, so I'm going to have to be really careful.
Tell me.
Okay, she has been watching me for 3 years, and then 9 months ago, she finally said, well, I'll try it. And then she was on again, off again, and I was like, man, I know she was just so good at this. She's a corporate person and all that. So anyway, I just kept sending her flavor shots and telling her that I thought she would be really good at this. She was like, well, I just can't seem to stay consistent. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, let's talk about it. What can we do? Well, it's really hard for me to exercise, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so just building her belief. And so 2 months ago, she seemed to start really getting into it. And then the very first, January 1st, she signed up one person. And then 2 weeks later, she signed up 2 more. And then she helped the person that signed up at the beginning of the year sign up 2 people. And now she signed up 2 more. So yeah, I'm excited. And she sent me a message and told me that she really appreciated me being consistent in my posting, and that she appreciated me not giving up on her.
That's the best. And I thank you for sharing that, Tina, because I have a girl that said, I don't want to pressure people. I don't want to keep asking them the same questions. And I said, I've never heard a diamond on stage not use the phrase, she never gave up on me. Every one of them says that. And so that leads me to believe that it's the continued effort of trying to mine that inner warrior out of someone. That's what's creating these results. By the way, and then I'll be quiet and we'll finish out the last 10 minutes. If you were teaching your teenage son how to use a power drill, you would not walk up to them with the power drill and say, would you like to use this? And they're like, yeah. And you'd hand it to them and walk out of the room. Like, you just wouldn't do that. You'd be right there by them and coaching them, and don't put it in the socket. Don't put it in the socket. And like trying to get them to do it in the right place. You can't say to someone, do you want to get to silver? And they're like, sure. And you say, well, go find 3 friends. You just told them to do something they have no idea how to do. You need to either offer them a gut health event, offer to do role playing, help them come up with a list, tell them your 3 people that you shared with and how that went. Really create that picture for them so they can visualize what's going to happen and who those people are going to be. Don't give a power drill to your ambassador and leave the room with thousands of outlets on the wall, because they're going to get electrocuted. Okay. All right. 10 more minutes.